Just like so. That was awesome, and that's a perfect strike right there. Are you that golfer that struggles to develop that good ball then ground contact with your irons? Well, if so, in today's video, I'm going to transform your ball striking with just 2 swing thoughts. These are super simple, but they're going to give you that crisp, solid contact that you always wanted. So 2 absolutely key ingredients to being a great ball striker is A, having your low point, so the lowest point of your arc after the golf ball, and B, being able to generate this great width on the way through. Now, both of these things we're going to tackle in today's video. So I often see a lot of people really struggle when it comes to their trail arm mechanics in the downswing, and this often causes them to move their low point too far back. You'll see them get to the top, they'll start to throw their arm out. As a result, they're either presenting a lot of loft, the ball goes very high, or they are hitting the ground way too early. Now, often this can be caused by poor mechanics at the top of the backswing. So for example, your arm structure could be off or your club face could be off. But let's just assume they're in a reasonably decent position. Now, let me show you an analogy. So if I just drop the club down on the ground, I want you to imagine you have a golf ball, or you can actually do this. Do this drill right here. Take your lead hand, place it behind your back, grab the ball in your trail hands. Now, if you are that golfer who struggles with an early release, you're hitting it fat, you're hitting it very high, what you were going to do is, if you recreate that same feeling, is as you turn down and throw that ball, you would see that you would release it and it would hit behind the golf ball that you're hitting right there. So you would be throwing your angles out way too early. Now, if I simply just gave you the challenge and said, right, I want you to take this golf ball and I want this ball to land about 1 foot to 2 foot past the golf ball right there. Now, if I do this here and I freeze, so I go to the top and then I shift and do it there, what do you notice has happened? Well, firstly, in order for me to do this, I naturally want to shift my weight to my left side. That is perfect because body weight is it plays such a big influence over where we're going to hit the ground. So by having that weight shift to the left side is going to promote the low point being further forwards. Number 2, you would see my arm sort of held a little bit of angle and then it released it a lot later. So it extended across my body. Again, that is absolutely crucial. If I now grab a club and I do that same motion, I just move the ball to the side right here and I say, right, now recreate that same feeling with a club. You are going to go here and then extend your arm across. Where did I make contact? Right there. Now, as you can see from the downline view, it's not like I'm going over here. As I do this, I'm just swinging down on plane. I'm just trying to feel like my arm is extending across my body as if I am throwing a golf ball in front of the golf ball that I'm trying to hit. I can even grab a ball, bring it in here and actually hit it doing this drill. So I can place it on a tee and I can go, right, I'm trying to hit the ball, the ground past the golf ball right there, one-handed. And you can hear how crisp that strike is. It's such a simple little thought, is grab a ball and throw it in front or past the golf ball that we're trying to hit. This is how we can ensure we get that ball and then ground contact. Now, if I place just 2 hands back on the club and I sort of imagine that there is a spot a good 2 or 3 inches past the golf ball, and I just start doing some little half swings where I'm imagining I'm throwing my arm into that spot, you are going to see how it promotes a good weight shift. It's going to promote me delivering some shaft lean, and it's also going to promote me moving that low point forward. So in terms of simplifying down the game and having a swing thought that we can actually just take to the golf course, which is often where I see so many people, they get too technical out on a course. You just got to play on instincts. This is a very instinctual thought. It's just hit that spot past the ball, grab that golf ball in your hand, throw it past the ball that's on the ground. And then from there, you'll see so many positive chain reactions are taking place. Every single one of these swings has had the low point miles past the golf ball. Now, if I do this here with just a little shot, I'm just going to do a little half 3/4 shot right here. You can hear how solid that contact is. And this is an 8-iron. That was a half swing. That's pretty much flown 140, 150 yards with a range ball. If I do that with a full swing, you'll see I get a beautiful ball then ground contact. Just like so. That was awesome, and that's a perfect strike right there. And this is how we can just use this trail arm mechanic, such a simple analogy, to help you achieve that ball and then ground contact. So we've now got you in a position to where the low point is past the golf ball. Now it's time for the second key thought. Now this is all to do with the arms, and this is going to really help you stabilize down your release. It's going to give you more body rotation, more width, all of these different things. Now what I want you to do is just grip your hands without the club right here. Now, widen your elbows apart. What happens to your hands? You can see as I do that, my hands get close to my chest. Now, if I said to you, right, bend your arms and now squeeze your elbows together, what happens to your arms? They go wider away from your body. Now, if you grab your club, do the same thing, you'll see that right there. As I squeeze my elbows together, my arms go wider. Now, what is it that we see all golfers sort of fall into? So many amateurs do this. They get very, very narrow, they chicken wing on the way through and their elbows spread apart. So by simply going from here and going right, squeeze the arms together, you now get into a super wide position. So you build together the right arm throwing across the body and then the arms squeezing together on the way through, and boom, that's how you get into that sort of Tommy Fleetwood-esque position. Now, there's a really popular training aid out there where there's this sort of ball that goes between your forearms, like Tour Striker, I believe it's called. And what you will see is that is awesome because it keeps the pressure between the arms. It allows you to have that sensation. But I just like to tell people, look, imagine your elbows are a certain distance apart, let's just say, for example, 10 inches. And then from there, as you go through, you want to feel like they either stay 10 inches or they maybe get a little bit closer, more like to 8. So I'm just going to hit a shot here, just a little sort of chippy shot, and I'm going to focus on the way through, squeezing my arms together, and you can see that gets me in a position to have rotated. If my arms are squeezing, I am going to have to turn my body in order to get into that good follow through position. If my arms start to buckle, my body has no reason to turn because the arms are just going to pull around this way, and ultimately from there we're not going to be able to deliver any compression, any shaft lean, and it's going to make it very, very difficult to get that ball and then ground contact. Now what I want to do is just hit some shots for you here. So I've got a couple of different balls. I'm just going to start very, very slow, and I'm just going to combine the feeling of the right arm throwing across the body and the arms squeezing together. Let's just do a little chip shot to start with, like so. And you can see in this position here, but you can see arms are squeezed together, body's completely turned through, and that was a good ball then ground contact. Now once you can do it at that distance, then we're going to build it up. So let's say that was a chip. Now we're going to go a little bit longer. And you can see there again, really crisp contact, was feeling my arm throw across my body. And from there, you can see I'm squeezing the arms together, really nice checkpoint. And again, I can even go further. So I can go up to a 3/4 swing to closer to a fuller swing. And you can see squeezing the arms together. Now this obviously reminds a lot of people of Tommy Fleetwood. You don't necessarily have to be having this follow through all the way up here. You don't. If you want to have that sawn off follow through where you feel like you squeeze your arms together and it produces really awesome contacts, do it. You don't need to finish with your hands above your head. So let me show you what that would look like. I'm going to go a full swing right here, normal backswing, and then boom, finish with a sawn off follow through, squeezing my arms together and then throwing that arm across the body. This is going to give me a great strike like this. So there you have it. Those are two simple swing thoughts that you can implement straight away and take it to the golf course, which is the most important thing, that are going to help you with your ball strike. And you can do this with all clubs, wedges, driver, irons, everything. Now, if you need a little bit more one-to-one help with your game, I offer online coaching on the Skillist platform. Click the link down below. Go check it out over there. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and subscribe. Also click the bell button, as that's going to notify you every time I post a new video.